Welcome back, auto enthusiasts, to Auto Reg. Today, we're doing something special. We're diving deep into the future because while they say Toyota is the king of SUVs for 2026, the brand is absolutely raising the stakes. We're not just talking about ordinary vehicles. We're talking about three models that have it all: revamped design, more efficient engines, and that legendary reliability that has made the brand famous worldwide. These aren't just SUVs you buy, these are SUVs you inherit. Stay with me for the next few minutes because you're about to discover the three best Toyota SUVs for 2026, and I'll give you a hint. The number one will surprise you more than you can possibly imagine. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about the vehicle that has quickly become a favorite for those seeking a dependable and attainable SUV, the Toyota Corolla Cross 2026. It might not be the largest, nor the most luxurious, but it delivers exactly what most people need. Just the right amount of space, an efficient engine, and the rock-solid reputation of a Corolla on higher wheels. And pay close attention, because while many see it as the entry point into the world of Toyota, it is far from basic. Toyota has earned its reputation. They build cars that simply do not break. That's a fact. However, it's also true that in more accessible segments, Toyota can sometimes play it a bit too safe, and the Corolla Cross fits that description perfectly. Reliable, practical, but without a soul. So, the question isn't if it's reliable, because it absolutely is, but rather if what it offers justifies the price. On the exterior, Toyota gave the Corolla Cross 2026 a subtle refresh. Nothing radical, but the changes are more noticeable in the gasoline version. The front grille now features a black mesh that tries to give it a tougher, more rugged look. It works to some extent. It doesn't command excessive attention, but at least it no longer resembles an inflated Corolla as it did before. For the hybrid model, the grille is body-colored, lending it a more elegant touch, aligning it more with the sophisticated lines of a Camry. You'll also find new 18-inch wheels, a striking two-tone roof, and eye-catching colors like cavalry blue. Now, if you look at other markets, things change significantly. In Europe, the design is distinct, and in Asia, they even have a GR Sport version that looks much more aggressive, reminiscent of the new RAV4 GR Sport. In terms of size, it's perfectly planted for city driving, measuring 4.46 meters in length, 1.83 meters in width, and 1.65 meters in height. It's closer in size to a Kia Seltos than a Tucson, but inside, it offers a surprisingly good sense of space, even better than an HR-V or a Renegade. And here's a crucial detail. In the United States, the Corolla Cross boasts independent rear suspension, which translates to a more comfortable and stable ride. However, in Latin America, it still uses a rigid axle, and yes, that significantly changes the driving experience. Inside, Toyota made some welcome adjustments. It remains an SUV designed for functionality, not for dazzling you with excess. There's ample space for 5 people, the central console has been redesigned, and the wireless charger is now conveniently located. The new gear shifter no longer looks like a cheap joystick. Be warned though, if you opt for the basic versions, the plastics are still hard and lack personality. Only in the XLE trim will you find synthetic leather, heated seats, and more refined details. Oh, and in Thailand, they already sell a version with ventilated seats and a full digital dashboard, but we're still waiting for that here. One of its strongest points is its cargo space, up to 680 liters with the rear seats up. That is an enormous amount for an SUV of this size, easily beating the Corolla sedan and hatchback. You can fit large suitcases, bicycles, baby strollers, everything a typical family needs, and still have room to spare. In terms of technology, it doesn't break new ground, but it's not lagging either. Standard features include an 8-inch screen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and a 6-speaker sound system. Moving up to the XLE, you get a 10.5-inch screen, optional JBL audio, more USB ports, and wireless charging. It's not spectacular, but it's completely functional. The caveat here is that in the United States, they already offer a voice assistant with artificial intelligence and over-the-air updates. something we're still anticipating in our region. Now, for the engines, the story goes like this. The gasoline version features a 2.0-litre four-cylinder engine producing 169 horsepower and 203 newton-meters of torque, paired with a CVT transmission and standard front-wheel drive. You can also order it with all-wheel drive, but keep in mind that slightly lowers fuel efficiency. It's a smooth, reliable engine, but it lacks any real spark. If you're looking for thrills, you won't find them here. The hybrid version, however, delivers 196 horsepower and standard all-wheel drive. It feels more agile, especially in city driving. It's not sporty, but for daily use, it responds much better than the gasoline model. To give you an idea, the gasoline version goes from 0 to 62.14 miles per hour in 9.2 seconds, while the hybrid drops that to a quicker 7.3 seconds. That difference is noticeable when accelerating from traffic lights and passing other vehicles. That said, let's not forget this SUV isn't designed for heavy hauling. The maximum towing capacity is 680 kilograms, just enough for a small trailer, bicycles, a light motorcycle, or a kayak. In terms of fuel consumption, the hybrid is the clear winner, achieving up to 11.06 miles per litre combined, which is an excellent number for its size. The gasoline model hovers around 8.45 miles per litre, and as I mentioned, all-wheel drive slightly reduces that. The decision here really depends on your budget and how much you drive. The gasoline version is cheaper up front, simpler, and easier to repair. The hybrid costs more initially, but saves fuel in the long run and offers better performance in the city. In Europe, there are already rumors of a plug-in hybrid version, but it will likely take a couple of years to reach our shores. For safety, Toyota did its homework. Even from the base version, you get automatic braking, pedestrian detection, lane keeping assist, automatic high beams, adaptive cruise control, and blind spot sensors. Consumer Reports gave it a solid 7.5 out of 10, highlighting its reliability, space, and efficiency, but criticizing it for being unexciting to drive. And to be honest, they're right. Regarding prices, the gasoline model starts at around $26,000, the hybrid at $30,000, and the fully loaded XLE reaches $32,000. The warranty is 3 years or 37,282 miles, with the powertrain covered for 5 years or 62,137 miles, and you even get free maintenance for the first 2 years. Most importantly, in Latin America, you'll always find spare parts and mechanics who know how to work on a Toyota, a key factor when not everything goes through an official dealership. A detail few mention: not all Corolla Cross models are created equal. The one you see in Latin America has a rigid axle, 2 engine options, and good equipment, but lacks the refinements found in other regions. In the United States, the hybrid is more powerful and features independent suspension. In Europe, all models are hybrids, but with less power and greater efficiency. And in Asia, the GR Sport offers a much sportier look and equipment we don't even dream of here. So, if you're looking for an SUV that simply works, that won't fail you, sips fuel, and is easy to resell, the Corolla Cross is exactly that. But if you're searching for something that puts a smile on your face every time you drive it, it will probably fall short. Now tell me, would you buy it? Gasoline or hybrid? Let me know in the comments and let's start a debate. And if the Corolla Cross feels a bit too compact for your needs, we're taking a huge leap in size and capability. The Toyota Highlander 2026 arrives as the 3-row SUV designed for large families seeking comfort, premium style, more space, more technology, and a commanding presence on the road. It's the perfect contrast. If the Cross is the access point, the Highlander is the next level. At first glance, the Highlander 2025 maintains the robust lines of the previous model, but with subtle changes in finishes and available colors, such as the new heavy metal shade. It's a large SUV, nearly 5 meters in length, precisely 4.95 meters, accompanied by 1.93 meters in width and 1.73 meters in height, with a wheelbase of 2.85 meters. Its weight hovers around 2,050 kilograms, placing it squarely in the average for 3-row SUVs. Compared to the 2024 model, there isn't a revolution in design, but rather improvements in finishes and equipment, especially in higher trims like the Platinum. Its presence continues to be that of an imposing SUV, with a wide grille, elongated headlights, and a rear that's more understated than rivals like the Mazda CX-90. Inside, the story is similar. Plenty of practicality, but with clear limitations. It can seat 7 or 8 passengers, depending on whether you choose a bench seat or captain's chairs in the second row. Materials improve significantly in the limited and platinum versions, where leather, 12.3-inch digital screens, and luxury details make an appearance. Meanwhile, the basic L and XLE versions stick with hard plastics and an 8-inch central screen. The third row remains its weak point. It's designed more for children than for adults, although it can certainly suffice for short trips. In terms of cargo space, with all 3 rows in use, it offers a modest 453 litres. But if you fold down the second and third rows, it expands to more than 2,300 litres, enough to load luggage for an entire family on a long road trip. In the technology department, Toyota plays it safe and smart. All versions come standard with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Amazon Alexa compatibility, in addition to an integrated Wi-Fi hotspot to connect devices on the go. From the XLE version upwards, you gain a wireless charger, a panoramic roof, and 3-zone climate control. The most equipped versions offer a full digital cabin with a 12.3-inch screen and an 11-speaker JBL audio system. It's not the most futuristic SUV in the segment. Models like the Palisade and Telluride lead the way in screens and luxury, but it absolutely delivers what most families demand: comfort, connectivity, and ease of use. Let's move on to the most interesting part, the mechanics. Here, you have 2 main options. The gasoline engine is a 2.4-litre, 4-cylinder turbo, capable of generating 265 horsepower and 420 newton-meters of torque from just 1,700 revolutions per minute, paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. This engine is designed to deliver power from low RPMs, making it ideal for both city and highway driving. The other option is the hybrid version, which combines a 2.5-litre Atkinson cycle engine with electric motors, achieving a combined 243 horsepower and more linear torque during acceleration. In terms of acceleration, the gasoline version goes from 0 to 62 on 14 miles per hour in a swift 7.2 seconds, while the hybrid clocks in at 7.3 seconds, virtually the same performance. And if we talk about towing capacity, both versions can tow up to 2,250 kilograms, which is enough for a medium-sized boat or a light trailer without any problem. In terms of fuel consumption, the difference is stark. The turbo engine achieves an average of 6.21 miles per litre in the city and up to 7.46 miles per litre on the highway. Competitive figures for a 3-row SUV. But the hybrid is the real game changer, with over 9.32 miles per litre in combined driving. In countries where gasoline is expensive, that difference can represent a massive saving over the years. Here, the Highlander hybrid truly gains ground against rivals that still rely solely on large 6-cylinder engines. For safety, Toyota once again flexes its muscles. All versions include the Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 Plus package, which brings automatic braking with pedestrian detection, lane keeping assist with highway centering, adaptive cruise control, rear cross traffic alert, and blind spot monitoring. Added to this are 7 airbags and ISOFIX anchors in all rows. The IIHS rated it with 5 stars for safety, and Consumer Reports awarded it 8 out of 10 points, highlighting its mechanical reliability and low maintenance costs. The only minor criticism is that the driving dynamics aren't particularly thrilling. It's comfortable and stable, but a bit unexciting behind the wheel, designed more for transporting the family than for carving curves. Now, let's talk prices, which is where many decisions are made. In the United States, it starts at $41,800 and goes up to $54,200 for the Platinum version. It's not cheap, but it enters the direct competition with the Kia Telluride, Hyundai Palisade, and Mazda CX-90. As for warranty, it offers 3 years or 37,282 miles in most countries, along with 2 years of free maintenance, something many rivals don't include. A key factor in Latin America, and increasingly important everywhere, is spare parts and labor. Here, Toyota has a clear advantage. Its dealership network is extensive, there's a readily available supply of original and alternative parts, and labor costs are generally more accessible than for premium brands. In this aspect, maintaining a Highlander is more affordable than a Mazda CX-90 or a Honda Pilot, and much simpler than a European SUV. Furthermore, its resale value remains consistently high, which for many buyers is even more important than technological gadgets. Ultimately, the Toyota Highlander 2025 isn't the perfect SUV, but it is one of the most balanced options for those seeking reliability, safety, and efficiency. It doesn't have the roomiest third row or the most exciting design, but in return, it offers peace of mind and an exceptionally high resale value. If you compare it to a Mazda CX-90 or a Kia Telluride, it might lose out in space or design, but it wins big in maintenance costs and mechanical trustworthiness, and that weighs heavily in our decision-making. So, tell me, would you buy the Highlander, or do you prefer something more spacious, like the Palisade or Telluride, or even the Grand Highlander? Leave your opinion in the comments. But no Toyota can truly claim dominance in the SUV segment without mentioning the undisputed queen, the Toyota RAV4 2026. With a refreshed design, hybrid options that brilliantly blend power and efficiency, and an ironclad reputation that places it above almost any rival, this is the SUV everyone is waiting for. And believe me, what it brings in 2026 will make more than a few brands uncomfortable, those that thought they were catching up. The RAV4 2026 retains that robust character that made it famous, but now it feels distinctly more refined. The front adopts a lower, more horizontal style, with a more discreet grille and C-shaped LED headlights, following Toyota's new design language. It looks more modern without becoming extravagant. From the side, the wheel arches remain well defined, but the most significant change is at the rear. The tailgate is now more vertical, and the taillights stretch out to the corners with a rather curious light signature. Do you like it? Well, that's a matter of taste. In terms of dimensions, it measures 4.65 meters in length, 1.83 meters in width, and 1.69 meters in height. It hasn't grown much compared to the 2025 model, but the interior space has been better optimized. In fact, the C-pillar is now thicker, which significantly improves habitability in the second row. We're not talking about a revolution here, but a clear and logical evolution. The interior story, however, changes quite a bit. The dashboard wisely retains physical buttons. Thank you, Toyota, many appreciate that. But now, 2 large screens dominate the cabin. A 12.3-inch display for the digital instrument cluster and a 12.9-inch screen for the multimedia system. All of this runs on new Arene software, which greatly improves response speed, allows for over-the-air updates, and is designed to last for several years without becoming obsolete. It features 5 well-utilized seats, with better quality materials across all versions. The GR Sport and Limited versions come with synthetic leather upholstery, contrast stitching, and finishes that genuinely elevate the overall feel. In general, it feels more premium than before, without quite reaching luxury status. Acoustic insulation has also improved, which is particularly noticeable on the highway. The trunk offers a capacity of 580 liters in the conventional hybrid versions. In the plug-in hybrid versions, the volume is slightly reduced due to the battery, but it remains ample for family trips or outdoor activities. It's not the largest in its class, but it's practical and highly usable. Let's talk technology. The RAV4 2026 comes fully loaded. It features wireless integration with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, voice assistant, navigation with real-time information, and compatibility with the My Toyota app. From your cell phone, you can activate the climate control, check the vehicle's status, or even schedule a charge if you have the plug-in version. The digital experience is very well executed and doesn't feel forced or clunky. Regarding engine options, there are 2 major paths: the conventional hybrid and the plug-in hybrid. The traditional hybrid delivers 181 horsepower in front-wheel drive configurations, or 188 horsepower with all-wheel drive. The plug-in hybrid is a much more potent beast. You get 264 horsepower in the front-wheel drive version and an impressive 300 horsepower in the all-wheel drive version. This latter option accelerates from 0 to 62,137 miles per hour in a blistering 5.8 seconds, a figure that genuinely enters sporty territory for a family SUV. Estimated torque is around 270 Newton meters in the normal hybrid versions and approximately 400 Newton meters in the plug-in hybrid. The accelerator response is immediate, especially in electric mode. And speaking of electric, the electric range in the plug-in hybrid can reach up to 62,137 miles on the WLTP cycle, which covers more than 80% of most users' urban commutes. Furthermore, it supports fast charging of up to 50 kilowatts, which can fill the battery from 10 to 80% in just half an hour. With its new 11 kilowatt AC charger, you can achieve a full battery in about 3 hours. It's a beautifully balanced system for those seeking efficiency without sacrificing power. The RAV4 also offers highly differentiated versions catering to various user profiles. If you want something elegant and understated, the limited trim features chrome details, an AMOLED-type grille, and 20-inch wheels. If you prefer something rugged, the Woodland provides all-terrain tires, roof rails, and durable rubber floor mats. But if you desire a touch of sportiness without going full GR Yaris, the GR Sport is ideal. It comes with recalibrated suspension, more precise steering, red brake calipers, and metallic pedals. Aesthetically, the difference is clear, and mechanically, it's equally distinct. In terms of safety, Toyota spared no expense. The Toyota Safety Sense 4.0 package comes standard on all versions. This includes a pre-collision system with pedestrian and cyclist detection, lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control, automatic high beams, front cross-traffic alert, and lane change assist. There's also a 360-degree camera, parking sensors, and a fatigue alert system. It's a remarkably complete safety suite. Consumer Reports gives the RAV4 a score of 83 out of 100 for reliability, cementing its status as one of the most recommended SUVs for those seeking a durable vehicle with good fuel economy and no mechanical headaches. It might not be the most thrilling to drive, but it is one of the most balanced. As for prices, estimates for the United States are as follows. The hybrid base starts from $33,000. The limited ranges between $38,000 and $40,000. The GR Sport is around $41,000, and the plug-in hybrid starts from $45,000 and goes up to $49,000, depending on the version and drive type. In Latin America, depending on the country, these values can increase by 20 to 40%. For warranty, Toyota continues to be a strong contender. 8 years or 99,419 miles for the hybrid system, and an impressive 10 years or 149,129 miles for the battery. And when it comes to spare parts and labor, the RAV4 has a solid network across the entire continent. You'll find parts, trained technicians, and workshops without having to cross half the city, and that everyday convenience is invaluable. So, is the 2026 RAV4 worth it? The short answer is yes. If you want efficiency, reliability, and technology, it's a phenomenal choice. But if you're looking for pure sportiness or the absolute best price for equipment, there are other options worth considering. The Mazda CX-5 is still more fun to drive, the Subaru Forester Wilderness has better off-road capability, and some Chinese brands already offer more for less. But the RAV4 didn't come to compete at the extremes. It came to dominate the center, to offer a balance that few can achieve: performance, space, safety, connectivity, and efficiency. It's not perfect, but it is a safe bet, and that's why it continues to sell like hotcakes. In conclusion, folks, Toyota is not playing games in 2026. With the Corolla Cross, you get the practical and reliable option for daily life. With the Highlander, you gain the space and presence that a large family demands. And with the RAV4, you find the perfect equilibrium between efficiency, technology, and that unrivaled stamp of reliability that no one has managed to dethrone. 3 incredible SUVs for 3 different types of people, but all with the same powerful message. Toyota continues to set the standard in the world of SUVs. Now, I want to know your opinion. Which one would you choose? Let me know your answer in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, because here at Auto Reg, you'll always find honest, unfiltered reviews.